So today you have a lovely restorative practice. This is a practice to achieve calmness in stillness. And the way we do that is by holding our shapes for a lot longer than you're used to. And when you're holding those shapes, I want you to really take note of every breath that you take while there. This sort of practice really calms the nervous system that might be slightly burnt out at this time. There's lots going on. Your normal day is not quite what you are used to. So this might be a little bit harder in actual fact for some of you to be able just to be still. So all I ask you today is to really lean in today's practice. You might need to pause the video, and you're going to want a blanket and 2 pillows. So a little bit of props going on today, and this is nice because we don't normally get a chance to do this in class. So 2 pillows and a blanket. And when you've got them, come down to your mat, and we're going to start in Shavasana. So come right down to the floor, nice and low. And when you're there, take your feet as wide as your yoga mat, your palms facing up away from the body, and just gently draw the shoulders away from the ears. And then close your eyes and breathe. Every single breath you take in, just note its quality, note the sensations that that breath brings. Then start to count your inhale for a count of 4 today. So the inhale for a count of 4, and then match the exhale. So inhale for 4, exhale for 4. And as you start to get into that rhythm, just notice how the body's feeling today, how the mind is feeling. Also, perhaps you've got that monkey mind, all that internal chatter of things that you have to do or things that you should have done. Just push that to the side for the minute. Come back to the inhale for 4, the exhale for 4. Soften your body into the mat just a little bit more. We're going to add to that breath. So after the inhale, you're going to add a pause. If it can be for a count of 4 also, awesome, but try not to let the breath become strained. If it's too much, then just notice the pause. And then the pause after the exhale, also for a count of 4, but again, we don't want that to be tensed or stressed. So if the count of 4 is too long, don't worry about it, just notice the pause. But if not, you've got that lovely square breath going on. Inhale for 4, pause for 4, exhale for 4, and then pause for 4 again. And keep with that rhythm. Sukha Pavaka, a lovely pranayama work. Centering for bringing you right into the present moment. And while you continue with that breath, can you let the feet become relaxed? So let the toes turn out, let the heels become nice and heavy. Notice the sensation that brings all the way up the legs into the hips, like that slight external rotation of the legs. The thighs become nice and heavy, the glutes drop into the mat. And then you just pause with the noticing of the breath at the belly, the rise of the inhale. And then the fall of the exhale. Just go with that sensation in your midsection for the moment. And then you might even bring the focus into the back body at that midsection. The inhale, the lower back just drops into the mat a little bit more. It might be a real small move, you might even not notice it. That pause, and then on the exhale, the gentle lift of the lower back also. Now you're not forcing that sensation, you're noticing the natural sensation that the breath brings. And then can you notice your heart, or the area that surrounds your heart? Can you just let that area soften? And the space around the back of the heart, the back body that touches the mat, can you let that become heavy? Perhaps you let the shoulder blades drop into the mat a little bit more. And then let the thumbs turn out just a little bit more, and you notice that external rotation in the shoulders. That might create a little bit more weight into the mat of the arms, the shoulders, perhaps the forearms. And then soften the fingers, let the fingers gently curl up. And then tuck the chin ever so slightly so you get a little bit of length down the back of the neck. See if you can draw the shoulders away from the ears just a little bit more. And then let the weight of the back of the head become nice and heavy. Soften around your forehead, your brow, your eyes. Unclench the jaw. And let the tongue relax in the mouth. And then I'm going to give you a minute or two here with the breath. Inhaling for 4. Pausing for 4. Exhaling for 4. And pausing for 4 again. And as you continue with that breath, try not to let any tightness come back into the body. Let the body be soft. You might even exaggerate that on the exhale. Perhaps dropping into the earth a little bit more, maybe visualising the earth coming up to meet the body. And then start to release the counting of the breath and the pauses of the breath. Try not to let the rhythm of the breath be the focus now. Just let a natural breath return. It might even perhaps feel right to take a really deep breath in and a full exhale. And I'm going to ask you to move really slowly in the transitions today when you're moving from one shape to the other, when you're replacing your props into certain places. I'm going to ask you to move really slowly. So really slowly, really gently roll onto one side, doesn't matter which side. And then slowly, slowly move yourself to a seated position. You're going to take one pillow and place it under your bum. And then bring the soles of your feet together so you're in cobbler's pose. You're going to take your blanket and just gently place it and wrap it around your feet so your feet are nice and warm, and the blanket is also kind of being used as a method to keep the feet together. So you can tuck the blanket in however you need. And now I've only got one pillow, but you can have one or two pillows. It's absolutely your choice. And the pillow, I'm going to squash mine down like that, is going to just tuck onto your lap. Good. In actual fact, I'm just going to grab another pillow. So, I'll just get one from here. I'm going to sit on this pillow. Bring the soles of my feet together. Blanket wraps around the feet. Tuck it all in. Get one pillow, squish it right up. Get the other pillow on top. Find a nice, comfortable position. Let your torso lean into the pillows here. And then let the forehead release down towards the pillows. So get yourself nice and comfy so that you can stay in this position for a good 3 minutes. Now let the breath flow nice and freely. Notice the subtle differences in each breath. And can you just take the time here to be in stillness and be complacent with stillness? Notice any thoughts that come up in your mind and then push them to the side, come back to the breath, perhaps any sensations in the body. See if you can find a little bit more softness in the body, so let the shoulders relax down. Perhaps the chin drops more towards the chest. Now slowly, gently come up nice and slowly. Let the chin be the last to untuck. Gently move your pillows to one side. Remember, you're moving slowly, don't jolt your body too much. Take the blanket from around your feet. Now use your hands here to stretch one leg out long, then the other. Your bum's going to stay on your pillow. Your legs are going to go out nice and straight. Now I'm going to put my blanket over my feet. I'm going to tuck it in. Tuck everything in all the way up. And then I'm going to get my pillow, place it on top of my legs. Adjust how you need to create the height. But I want the pillows, in actual fact it's probably best to show you this way, I want the pillows to tuck right into my hips so that it's nice and tight into my hips. Lovely. Then get nice and comfortable. Take a nice easy forward fold, let your weight go into the pillows, and then you can let your chin drop down. Shoulders round over the cushions here. Close the eyes. Soften the body. Notice the breath. We're really tapping into that lovely parasympathetic nervous system here. Sometimes we live such busy lives, and although at the moment our lives probably aren't as busy as we're used to, they're certainly, for me anyway, busier in a different way. So to come out of that fight or flight mode, we're tapping into the nervous system. And calming that nervous system down. Seeing if we can find a little bit more release here. Let the body become heavy. And with that same mindful movement, slowly sit back up. Mindfully put your cushions to one side. Take the blanket off of your legs. And then take the cushion from underneath your bum, put that to one side. You could also put that up behind your head at the top of the mat if you want to. And then come all the way to your back. Nice and slowly. You're going to take one of your pillows, covered with the blanket, underneath your legs. So it's going to go underneath your knees. And then slowly come all the way over to your back or onto your back. Now, nice. Now we're here in Shavasana, a nice supported Shavasana. So let your thighs become nice and heavy. Thumbs rotate out, so exactly where we started. Let the weight of your legs be nice and heavy here onto the cushion. And then find that nice external rotation of the thigh bones, the lower legs and the feet. Shoulders nice and heavy. Close your eyes, breathe here. Again, finding softness, and if you need to just get yourself a little bit more comfortable, get yourself a little bit more comfortable. And then we're going to rotate the feet in. So then you've got that internal rotation of the legs and the toes face towards one another. Couple of rounds of breath here. And then let the feet fall out once more. So the toes become nice and heavy and they reach towards the outside edge of your mat. Again, we're still noticing the breath. We're still being completely in the present moment. So try not to let your mind wander. And that's probably one of the hardest things to do. Lovely, last time. Toes come in, internal rotation down the legs. And then on your next exhale, toes face out, external rotation. Lovely, breathe it here. Good. From here, you're going to bend both of your knees. You're going to take your left ankle over your right knee. Then from here, you've got a couple of choices. You can post your hands and hold behind that right thigh. Or if you can, see if you can take the two ends of your blanket and gently draw that blanket in. You're going to just use a little bit of your muscles here to just bring that left knee out a little bit. Flex both feet, elbows go nice and wide so you'll feel the shoulders ground down here and breathe. Again, we're just observing what's happening here. You know, the shape doesn't have to look like you think it should. Find a shape that feels good, like the sensation over that shape, remember? See if you can let the hips soften a little bit more. If a slight movement feels good, take the movement. Lovely, then slowly let that right leg come down. Uncross that left ankle, Take the right ankle over that left knee, and exactly the same thing. Don't forget, if holding the blanket doesn't feel right for you, then just you can clasp behind that left thigh. Elbows are nice and heavy, shoulders are nice and heavy, the toes are still flexed here. Snuggling that tailbone down a little bit more. Coming back to the breath. Noticing any thoughts again. Have the to-do lists started to creep in? Come back to the moment. And if the breath is hard to focus on today, perhaps a sensation in the body is a nice place to focus. Keep that neck nice and long. I noticed that mine was starting to look up. Keep the chin ever so slightly tucked so the neck is nice and long. Lovely, then slowly release. You can bring your blanket off to one side, keep your knees bent. Take the pillow that's from under your legs and you're going to take it to the left side just by your knees. Take your arms out to the side of your body and then let your knees drop to the pillow on the left side. Lovely. If you want to take a look over that right shoulder, you can. Breathe. Every time you exhale, finding places to soften in the body. Can you let the shoulders become heavy? Beautiful. Now slowly take the knees up and over, really move really slowly and get a little lower back massage here as you gently roll your knees over to the other side. You might need to bring your pillow over, or I've got my other pillow here, so I'm going to let my knees gently drop to the right side, land on the pillow at the right side. Take a look over that left shoulder. I'm going to close my eyes and breathe. I'm focusing on my inhale. On my exhale, I'm finding places to soften, finding places to ground down, finding places to restore. Lovely. Now I'm slowly going to lift my knees back up to centre. I'm going to move a pillow out of the way so I can really slowly and mindfully roll onto one side and come up to a nice seated position. when I'm there, I'm going to come all the way onto my front, taking a pillow for my forehead. Lovely. Now press into the tops of your feet, hands under the shoulders. My head is going to melt down onto the edge of my pillow. I'm going to let my shoulders become nice and heavy, elbows relax into the mat. My toes are nice and grounded, or the tops of my feet are nice and grounded into the mat. I'm going to let my neck just relax. I'm going to close my eyes, just notice how I'm feeling now I'm on the front of my body. And then if it feels right in my body, and if it feels right in your body, gently, gently lift up to a nice soft cobra. There's not much weight in the hands, but I'm pressing into the tops of my feet. My chin is tucked, so my neck is nice and long. My pubic bone is pressing into the mat. I'm just going to take 3 rounds of breath, really filling the belly. And then exhale, release the forehead down to the mat, soften the upper body, let the elbows melt down, the shoulders relax. I might even let the big toes come to touch and the heels drop off out to the outside of the mat. Lovely. Then one last time, rearrange your feet so you press into the top of the feet, and then inhale, little cobra, keep the chin tucked. Press the pubic bone into the mat, draw the shoulders away from the ears, tuck the elbows into the side body. 3 big rounds of breath. Keep the eyes closed so you can keep the focus just on yourself. And then on my next exhale, relax. The heels can splay out, elbows can relax down, so can the upper body. Breathe here. Now, really slowly and mindfully, you're going to press yourself up to tabletop position. Take your knees as wide as your mat. You're going to take a cushion and place it on your legs, on the back of your legs. Bring that cushion that you had for your forehead, bring it all the way down. Sit your bum back, forehead rests on the cushion, bum rests on the cushion. A lovely supported child's pose. Let the shoulders round down towards the earth. Let the weight of your hips sink into that cushion. Get yourself comfortable. And if the cushions aren't for you in any spot whatsoever, then just take them away. You could even take your pillow and let the forehead rest down to the earth, but the arms can rest on the pillow, and you get a nice stretch through the upper body a little bit more, which is quite nice. The shoulders, the armpits, the upper arms. So there's plenty of places to sort of navigate if you need to. For me today, this is a much nicer place to be with the arms on the cushion. And then I just reside here in stillness. Now slowly, slowly bring yourself up. Keep that cushion at the top end of your mat. Take that cushion from out underneath your bottom and stack those two on top of one another. The next shape we're going to make, you're going to move really slowly, remember. We're going to make two 90 degrees with our ankles. So bump yourself onto your left hip. The front the back knee is going to be at 90 degrees, and then that front knee is just going to come slightly ahead and the knee is bent. So think about the hips sort of being quite square but the knees are bent. And then we're going to bring those cushions in towards one another, get nice and comfortable. And we're going to lift up first. We're going to bring that top pillow just on top of that front thigh. And then we're going to square ourselves towards our pillow, lift up, deep, deep breath in, and then exhale, take it all the way down. You're going to turn onto your left ear, hands placed gently beside the pillows. Let the shoulders really round down over each side of the pillow. Close the eyes, breathe. Let the pillows take the weight of your body here. Let gravity do its job. Breathing slowly. Noticing subtle differences in each breath. Noticing if it's becoming easier to find stillness. Bringing alignment back to the mind and the body. You become a little bit more weighty. And slowly, slowly edge yourself back and up. Deepen the breath as you move, and then take your legs over to the other side. To 90 degrees. Square your hips. Bring that top pillow back. Get yourself nice and comfortable. Lift your torso up and then fold over. Really lengthen as you fold. Come onto your right ear. And breathe here. Again, finding places to soften, finding places to ground. Breathing like you love yourself. Pushing any thoughts to the side. Now slowly, slowly press yourself back up. Push your pillows to the side. Get your blanket. Now, if you've got a wall, go to your wall. If you've got a sofa nearby or a coffee table nearby, you can use that also. I'm going to use my wall. If you've got a coffee table, you're going to do exactly the same thing, or the couch, you're going to do exactly the same thing, but your knees will bend over the seat or the tabletop. Take your blanket, place it on the floor, and then slowly and mindfully, bum goes onto the blanket, and then your legs are going to go either up the wall or onto your coffee table or your couch. Your choice. Create a little bit of space. Let your legs become nice and heavy. Open up your arms, palms facing up, shoulders become nice and heavy. Tuck the chin ever so slightly. Close your eyes. Let the breath just happen. And then imagine you're laying on a beach. You're laying on the sand. And your body creates a shape in the sand, so much so that the sand comes up to cushion and cocoon your body, so you feel fully supported by the warm sand beneath you. And as you lay there, and the sun moves across, so it's directly above you. You see the bright orange sun shining. And the heat from the sun begins to warm your skin. Every now and again, a cloud slowly goes past the sun. And for a moment you're shaded. And then the sun comes out again, warming your skin. The heat kissing your cheeks and the tips of your nose. You hear the sound of the sea, the waves crashing in. And every now and again, the sea becomes calm. You hear the gentle ebb and the gentle flow of every single wave. Maybe your beach has a few other people on it and you notice the sounds that others create around you. Or perhaps it's just you on your beach. And you enjoy the silence. Maybe the sun on your beach has started to change in appearance. Perhaps the orange glow has now become red. Perhaps you see the rays shining through from the sun, through clouds, perhaps kissing your legs or your fingertips. As you lay here, take in every single thing that you can from your own beach. Perhaps you feel the grains of sand caressing your skin. Perhaps your sea has really started to calm now, and you just hear the gentle flow of the tide coming in and the tide going out. If your beach had people on it, perhaps they've decided to leave and give you a moment, taking everything in you can. And before you know it, the sun has gone down, leaving that gentle orange glow from behind your eyelids. Take 2 more breaths. Start to move the tongue around in your mouth. Take a gentle sway on the back of your head, side to side. Take 2 big, deep breaths, really filling the belly. And then draw your knees into your tummy. Big squeeze here. A deep breath in and a full exhale. And then slowly drop onto one side. Make your way up to a nice seated position. Keep your eyes closed for as long as you can. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bring the palms together up to the third eye. Deep breath in again. Namaste.